Clear skies across the area, aside from some very small passing high cloud cover. Temperatures, especially south of I-44, a lot cooler than this time yesterday before the front arrived and cooled all of us off by the afternoon and evening. Right now sitting in the mid to upper 40s, 45 here in Springfield, Lebanon, 46 in West Plains, 43 in Rolla, and 48 in Harrison right now. Throughout the day ahead today, we'll continue to see temperatures warming up into the mid to a few upper 50s this afternoon, staying sunny and dry and then dropping into the 40s by around 9 o'clock today. Highs around 56 to about 58 degrees across the area with the warmest temperatures in northern Arkansas. And we'll continue to see temperatures warming up heading into the weekend. We'll climb into the 70s by Saturday. And now we have a first alert weather day for Sunday, tracking some rain, some storms, some strong winds, and maybe even a little bit of snow for some of you. I'll time that out coming up. Head into the start of the weekend before rain and storms arrive and bitterly cold air on the way. We'll talk about a small snow chance and a look at when wind chills drop into the single digits again coming up next. Pretty mild, waking up to temperatures in the mid 40s for most out the door to start your Friday off. So like I mentioned, Futurecast is quiet with sunshine today, clear skies tonight, and tomorrow another really beautiful day with full sunshine, I'd say in the afternoon outside of maybe just a few passing clouds. And temperatures will be warmer. We'll climb back into the mid 60s for your Friday, jumping into the 70s for your Saturday. 74 Saturday afternoon, and then 64 only by Sunday. Storms and winter return. So here's what's happening. Today we have cooler air moving in behind the cold front that passed by at the surface yesterday. But let's take into the upper levels of the atmosphere where we're looking at the jet stream. The jet stream is great at transporting cooler air. And so today a little bit cooler, but still not too bad. And then we'll have warmer air moving on in for your Friday and Saturday as that jet lifts a little bit further to the north. Well, by Sunday, big upper level trough swinging through. That jet really moves further off to the south and southeast. And that is going to transport a lot of colder air here across the region as we begin the start of next week. That's why winter returns, but it will be brief. So here's a look at your rain and storm timing for Sunday, and we'll look at snow as well. So I think right now we start Sunday morning off dry with clouds hanging around. By lunchtime, we'll have some rain and some storms moving on in. And then into the late afternoon and evening, some of these could be severe, especially in some of our easternmost counties. But colder air rushes in quickly behind this front. So this is a look Sunday 5 p.m. and we could start to see maybe a transition over into a little bit of a winter mix, and then I'd say some light snow Sunday evening, maybe on the backside of the system. It would be very wet snow, and then continuing overnight, maybe a few very light snow showers clearing out by Monday early morning. Now I mentioned the risk for severe storms. This is Sunday severe risk. It's a low risk right now this far out, and it's south of I-44 and mostly east of Highway 65 as well. Strong damaging winds, large hail, kind of the main threats there. And winds outside of any storms are going to be roaring on Sunday. So from the morning, coming in from the south, some gusts waking up about 30 miles an hour. But as soon as that front passes, strong northerly winds gusting 40 to 50 miles an hour across the area. That's a cold wind, ushering in colder air, and winds stay that gusty into the overnight and early morning hours on Monday. And we are looking at bitterly cold air moving in Monday morning, and strong winds still Monday afternoon, maybe around 40 miles an hour. So of course that's going to create some pretty rough wind chills. Waking up Sunday morning doesn't feel too bad. By around 4 o'clock, some 60s to the east, freezing off to the west for feels like temperatures. And then by around Monday morning, we'll wake up to wind chills in the single digits, maybe some spots even a little bit below zero. And then by Monday afternoon, at the warmest time of the day, we'll be in the 20s, right around average. Really nice sunny afternoon. Winds picking up though, heading into the evening and overnight hours with some gusts tonight, maybe around 30 miles an hour. So a little breezy, but very strong on Sunday. Gusts up to 50 miles an hour in the afternoon. Continue to look at clear skies this afternoon. Temperatures right now for areas south of I-40 I-44 a lot cooler than this time yesterday, all thanks to that strong cold front that passed through. And we'll continue to see temperatures today that are actually close to average, back in the upper 40s to low 50s. Right now, 50s in Harrison, and many really are in the 40s. 46 in Lebanon, 48 in Warsaw, 46 in Monette right now. And throughout the afternoon today, temperatures climbing back into the mid to upper 50s. Sunshine continues into the evening, and we'll look at clear skies tonight with temperatures in the 40s by around 9 o'clock. But today, 4 o'clock, many around 56 to about 58 degrees, which is right around normal. Average high 57. Tomorrow, 60s, 70s Saturday, 60s Sunday in the morning, and then a bitterly cold afternoon and evening, tracking rain storms, a first alert weather day Sunday, and the potential for a little bit of snow, maybe, that we'll talk about coming up soon. Full sunshine and temperatures right around average in the mid to upper 50s for highs by 4 o'clock. Evening temperatures still in the 50s for most at 8, and lows tonight only cooling off in the low to mid 40s. Out the door tomorrow morning with a nice warming trend on the way into the start of the weekend. Today, like I mentioned, full sunshine, clear skies heading into the night tonight, and full sunshine for much of the day tomorrow. Maybe a few more clouds in the late afternoon and evening. Still, though, warm, really nice in the mid 60s. Mid 70s on Saturday, gorgeous day. And then Sunday, 64 actually in the morning, and falling temperatures in the afternoon as we track a pretty strong cold front now moving on in. That obviously drops our temperatures a lot by Monday, and we'll also look at a chance for some strong to severe storms Sunday with the potential, or with, I should say, a first alert weather day for your Sunday. So here's what we're looking at right now. The jet stream. It's great at transporting cooler air, and that's what it's done for us from yesterday into the day today. As it lifts north, we warm up a little bit more for your Friday and Saturday, but the jet stream has this really big dip in it with this strong upper level trough moving through Sunday into Monday, and that's really going to pull in a cold air mass into the start of next week, and also the potential for some storms. So Sunday, we start the morning off right now looking dry. I'd say by lunchtime, though, we're tracking some rain, a few thunderstorms, and then in the afternoon and evening, the potential for some of these to pack a punch. But I will say we have very cold air moving in immediately along and behind this front. And so with that, we could start to see maybe a little bit of a winter mix from rain to a little bit of some very wet snow Sunday into the evening hours, and then overnight, trying to transition over maybe just into some light snow. Monday morning, we dry out and we'll see maybe a little bit more sunshine for the later half of the day. And I don't think it's going to be a lot of snow for us, so don't panic, no major snowstorm. But this will be a system that pulls in very strong winds, even outside of any storms. There is a severe risk, level 2 slight risk south of I-44, or I should say a low risk. That does typically translate to a level 2 slight risk. And we'll continue to watch these storms closely. But like I mentioned, outside of any rain, storms, winds really roar on Sunday. So picking up behind this front, gusting 40 to 50 miles an hour. That continues overnight. Monday early morning, still gusting 40, 45 miles an hour, and then I'd say about 35 to 40 miles an hour Monday afternoon. And so, of course, with how cold our temperatures are going to get right behind this front and the winds, we are looking at some pretty rough wind chills immediately. So Sunday morning, not too bad waking up. By 4 o'clock, there's the cold front, and we'll see temperatures feeling like the 30s, freezing right behind that front. Well, it's 60. That's what it feels like in West Plains. And then heading into the overnight hours, we're talking about wind chills dropping back into the single digits. We haven't talked about this in quite some time. That's Monday morning. And then in the afternoon, we'll feel like the 20s at the warmest time of the day, thanks to the very strong wind. So we are in for some bitterly cold air. I will say this winter blast will be very brief. Tuesday morning, Ozarks, a beautiful day today. We have rain and storms and snow back over towards the east coast along a cold front, bringing snow from the far northeast down into parts of Virginia today, and some severe storms in the Carolinas. North Carolina right now looking at a couple severe thunderstorm warnings, just some showers back in South Carolina. And then off to our north and west, we have a wave of rain and snow for the Dakotas into parts of Minnesota, Iowa, Montana, Idaho, and we'll continue to look at some rain and snow back in the Pacific Northwest today. But very breezy winds leading to a couple blizzard warnings, which you see highlighted there in red in just these few spots, and then winter storm warnings there in pink as well. But some very strong winds for the northern half of the U.S. The yellow boxes you see here, those are going to be high wind warnings, winds greater than 50 miles an hour. And then the tan color you see, winds greater than 45 miles an hour for some spots like back up towards the Kansas City area. 33-mile-per-hour gusts in KC right now, almost 50 in Dodge City, 41 in Amarillo. So some breezy winds across the U.S. today. Not too bad here in the Ozarks. Temperatures right around average, 57, 44 in Minneapolis, and 74 in Amarillo today. Overnight tonight, and I will say winds really pick up heading into the weekend for your Sunday and again on Monday. Gusts Sunday, actually I'd say around 40 to 50 miles an hour, and then about 30 to 40 miles an hour by Monday of next week. And this will come in with some really cold air, and we've talked about some bitterly cold wind chills with single digits expected for feels like temperatures Monday morning. Now, Sunday is a first alert weather day. We have the potential for some strong to severe storms on the backside of this system heading into Sunday late evening and overnight. A little bit of a winter mix turning over into some light snow. Right now, not looking at any major accumulation, with most picking up right now from models less than an inch of snow and many more less than that. Bitterly cold air, though, moving in with some very strong winds like I just talked about. And Sunday into Monday will be our best rain or even snow chance through the rest of the week ahead, as we remain pretty dry before and after that. Now, we're not in the 70s again, but right around normal. 56 to about 58 for many this afternoon. Winds are pretty light right now. They pick up this evening and overnight. We'll see some gusts overnight, maybe around 30 miles an hour, but temperatures staying back in the low to mid 40s with clear skies. Pretty nice end to the night tonight, and tomorrow morning we will warm up quickly and we'll be in the 60s tomorrow afternoon, 70s Saturday. First alert weather day Sunday for some showers, some storms. I'm just bringing the bad news today, but that's on Sunday, so we'll think about that a little bit later. But today it's been a really nice afternoon. We have plenty of sunshine, gorgeous day. Temperatures right around normal in the mid to upper 50s, hitting 60 right now in Harrison, 55 in Lebanon, as well as West Plains. Winds are starting to pick up now. We have some gusts about 20 to 25 miles an hour. Check it out, though. 40 miles an hour up towards Kansas City, 56-mile-per-hour gusts in parts of central Kansas there. So some strong winds building on in overnight tonight. We'll see some gusts overnight, maybe around 30, 35 miles an hour for a few of you. And temperatures staying a bit warmer. We'll be in the upper 40s still by 9 o'clock. Lows tonight only falling back into the low to mid 40s out the door by tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock. And we'll continue to see temperatures warming up. Nice tomorrow afternoon. Should be in the 60s, flirting with the 70s in Arkansas. Some low 60s further off to the north, but we are back above average. Even warmer Saturday. And then, yes, Sunday, we are looking at cold air moving on in. 64 in the morning, 40s, 30s in the afternoon. Yeah, a little bit of rain, some storms, some snow. First alert weather day. There's a lot to talk about, and I'll talk all about it coming up soon. And then overnight lows only cooling off. And then tomorrow afternoon, we warm back up in the mid to upper 60s, back above average again. Really beautiful day. Saturday looks awesome as well. We'll continue to see clear skies heading into the evening and overnight tonight. Tomorrow, maybe just a few passing clouds, but staying very sunny, and we'll stay dry for your Friday too. Once again, temperatures warmer, even warmer in the 70s Saturday and 64 on Sunday. That's not too bad. That's going to be in the morning. Falling temperatures in the afternoon, and let me tell you, it is going to be a big difference behind a cold front. You will notice immediately that it has passed through your area. Temperatures falling, highs on Monday only back in the upper 30s, and it will feel much colder than that. And we are looking at some rain, some storms, and just a little bit of snow. It's not going to be a winter wonderland by any means, but just a little bit for some of you. Now, our weather pattern shapes up like this. We're looking at the jet stream right now. The jet stream is great at transporting colder air, and so yesterday into today we had a little bit of a cool down, but it's been not too bad. Now, as the jet stream lifts north, we warm up for your Friday and Saturday. But we are tracking this big upper level trough, and the jet stream really dives far to the south heading into Sunday and Monday, and that is really going to blast in some colder air as well as some rain and storm chances. So Sunday morning, I think we start off dry until maybe the mid-morning with a few stray showers, and then by lunchtime, some scattered rain and storm chances going up. Some of these could be severe in the afternoon. And then in the evening hours, we're still looking at rain. It will be a cold rain by this time, and then starting to transition over to a little bit of a winter mix for some of you, especially in our northernmost counties. And then overnight, we'll see a full transition over into maybe some light snow. And then by Monday morning, we are looking at dry conditions to start the morning off. And I don't think we're talking about a lot of snow either with this system. So I'm not expecting any major travel impacts Monday morning, aside from some very strong wind. And we'll kind of talk about that. Sunday's severe risk is going to be a low risk right now. That typically translates to a level 2 slight risk for severe storms located south of I-44 in the yellow highlighted area. Wind and hail, those primary threats. And check out the roaring winds. I told you that cold front's going to pass. Cold air moves in immediately. Winds roar, gusting about 40 to 50 miles an hour. This is outside of any storms that we may see. And then continuing overnight, winds will be about 40 to 50 miles an hour, maybe even some isolated higher winds than that. 6 a.m. it's still breezy Monday morning. Monday afternoon, gusts still about 30 to 40 miles an hour. So of course this is going to create some wind chills. We'll feel like the 60s waking up Sunday morning, 30s right behind that front in the afternoon and evening, and then we'll feel like the single digits out the door for your Monday morning. At the warmest time of the day on Monday, I think feeling like the 20s across much of the area. Winter is going to be brief though. We are cold Sunday and Monday. Tuesday morning also looking a little rough, but then by the afternoon up across parts of the central U.S. Not too bad here in the Ozarks right now, but check out parts of the plains back in Kansas. 40 to 55 mile per hour wind gusts right now, nearly 50 miles an hour currently in Kansas City, 32 in Columbia. Winds this evening will be a bit stronger north of I-44 by around 8 o'clock. Still some gusts around 20 to 30 miles an hour, maybe isolated 35, potentially 40 north of the interstate overnight. Most though shy of that, maybe around 30, 35. And then heading into tomorrow morning, winds are a little bit more mild and they stay pretty light tomorrow afternoon before picking up again. Very strong gusts Sunday and Monday of next week. Gusts up to 50 miles an hour will be possible then. First alert weather day Sunday, we have a little bit of rain that could try and transition over into a little bit of some light snow. Also the potential for some strong to severe storms Sunday afternoon and into the evening hours. And we are just tracking some bitterly cold air moving on in with wind chills back in the single digits. And we haven't talked about that in quite some time. But this is looking to be our best and kind of only chance for rain right now this week, and a little bit of snow once again in there too heading into the overnight hours. The rest of the week is looking pretty dry and temperatures warm back up quickly by the middle of next week. Around normal, 49 by 9 o'clock, and we'll continue to stay quiet tonight. Lows not too cold, actually above average. In the low to mid 40s waking up. Winds will be a little breezy at times tonight. Gusts maybe around 30, 35 miles an hour, and then a little bit lighter for the day tomorrow. We warm up for your Friday back into the mid 60s, some upper 60s in northern Arkansas. Everyone above average, mostly sunny, gorgeous Saturday. And then Sunday comes around and we'll have some big changes there. Some rain, some very strong wind, the potential for severe storms, and maybe even a little bit of snow. A lot to talk about coming up on KY3 News at 5.
Well, Taco